Hey, you guys, I want to talk about how to build muscle faster naturally. This is a great question, and I'm going to answer some of your questions you may have about building muscle faster naturally. But first, before I do this, I want you to click on the subscribe button below. Click the notification bell so you'll know exactly when I upload another video. You don't have to go through your subscription list to find me. And also comment below and let me know some of your tips for gaining muscle faster and naturally. We all know steroids, but we're not trying to go that route. So let's get started. One, you want to be in a caloric surplus. So this is the key to dieting. Nutrition is very important. I'll get into that later. But the key to dieting, if you're trying to build muscle, you have to consume more calories than your body burns on a day-to-day basis. To lose weight, you have to burn more calories than your body consumes on a day-to-day basis. This is the ultimate guide to any kind of training. You want to lose weight, you want to get toned, you want to get defined, you have to take in less calories. You do this by exercising, cardio, weight training. You want to build muscle, you got to be in a caloric surplus. You have to eat more calories than your body is burning, and you have to lift weights. So you have to do all of this. All of this is going to be either how you, the training is typically the same, but the diet is where you're going to either build muscle or lose fat. It's either a caloric surplus or a caloric deficit. Whichever way you want to go, that's how you're going to go about it. That's the only way to do it. You can't eat the calories that you burn in a day. That'll help you maintain. So once you get to your weight and you want to maintain, you can eat this amount and continue with your routine, and you'll maintain. You might gain a little muscle if you've worked out long enough, and it'll take a long period of time in order to do that without being in a high caloric surplus. So the first tip to gaining muscle fast is being in a caloric surplus. Of course, the more caloric surplus you are in, the more muscle you're going to gain. But you want to have your nutrition right, and I'll talk about that later. Number two is you have to lift heavy. So you have to lift heavy, and you want to hit those real important body parts. You know, your biggest muscles are going to be your butt, your legs, your chest, and those are the muscles you want to train, and your back. Because when you have a wider back, this is going to pop out. When you have chest, this is going to pop out. All of this is going to pop out. Your legs, because your leg muscles are so big, when you gain muscle in them, it's a bigger muscle, so even a little bit is gaining more muscle. So by training your legs, you're going to build muscle a lot faster. The biggest muscle groups are going to have the biggest benefits when it comes to building muscle fast naturally. So the faster you build these big muscle groups, the faster you'll gain more body mass. You know, a lot of people will sit there and just work on arms all day and do crunches and sit-ups all day trying to get buff and bigger. But what you want to do is you want to work on those legs. You want to work on the chest, and these are the main muscle groups. And also when you work on chest, as you can see, it's working back here, it's working the shoulders, it's working the chest. When you do back, it's working the whole back. When you do legs, it's working the whole leg. So you're getting all these body parts that are working together. And if you do like a 5x5 routine for chest, you know, you do your max reps of 5 and you do 5 sets of that, you're going to build muscle fast. You're going to lift heavy, you're going to build fast, you're going to get stronger, and you want to do it with correct form. A lot of people are just pump it, but you know, they're all off balance. They're not focused on the muscles tightening, and they're just pumping it, and it's getting sloppy. You want to work on form. You want to do correct form. You want to do it right, and this is how you build muscle. When you have that focused resistance on the big, large muscle groups, And that's not saying don't work out your arms, don't work out everything else, but when you go into the gym, do the biggest muscle group for that day first, because this is what you want the most energy. You want the most energy in these first lifts. That's when that's when all the carbs are going to be working. That's when all the proteins are going to be working. That's when all your muscle is going to be at its finest in the beginning of your workout. So you want to do the largest muscle groups first to really gain muscle fast. You want to do the largest groups. Don't start with the arms. When you're doing chest, shoulders, and tries, don't start with the shoulders. Don't start with the tries. Start with the chest, because this is your largest muscle group, and this is where you want to do the most focus. And then everything else will kind of get toned up when you do these 5x5s, and that's how you'll build muscle faster. Number 3. So I talked a lot about how I don't use supplements, but I did start getting into supplements. And one supplement that I've used before and then I stopped was creatine. But creatine did work, and it still works today. But what happens is you go on Google and you look at all these things, and they say it's bad and it's gonna kill you and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and you can get it from beef. But since I'm doing the OMAD diet right now, I'm not eating a lot of foods that are high in creatine. So creatine is good for brain function, it's good for muscle building, it's good for water retention. So all this helps build muscle faster. And you may say, well, this is a video about building muscle naturally. But creatine, just like protein, are natural things that are in your body that help you build muscle. So creatine is very natural, and it's something a lot of natural bodybuilders use to build muscle. So creatine is a big one that I use. I started using fish oil. Fish oil helps with getting in those fats. When you're doing an OMAD diet, you want to get in the fats. And another one that people don't know about is Tribulus terrestris. That's one that I use, and I mix that with 2 tablets of calcium, magnesium, and zinc. And those two together help build testosterone. Testosterone is the hormone that helps build muscle for men. Women probably don't want to do it too much, but men trying to build muscle. Tribulus terrestris, calcium, magnesium, and zinc. You will get testosterone, and your libido will be peaking. And last but not least, I've always taken a multivitamin. I don't really consider it a supplement because it's kind of just something people use all the time. It's just a great way to get in your vitamins, your nutrients, your minerals, and all of that. And like I said, I'm doing an OMAD diet, so I want to make sure I'm getting all of that in so my body can stay healthy and my mind can stay focused. And that's what Show Up Lifestyle is about, and that's why I'm doing it. So hate on it if you want to. And last, when it comes to eating, you want high protein. Protein is what's going to build those muscles. Even if you're on a ketogenic diet and you want to build muscle, you still want to be high in protein. A lot of people think on the ketogenic diet you can't be high in protein, but you can be high in protein. Where people get confused is you can be high in protein, but you have to be higher in fat. So if you're getting 150 grams of protein a day, you want to be at like 250 grams of fat, especially if you're trying to build muscle. See, for someone trying to lose weight, then you might want to lower your protein intake to about 60, 80 and be at 160 grams of fat per day. These aren't exact numbers. It's just an explanation of how you want to go about protein, fats, and carbs. And when you're trying to build muscle, if you're not on a ketogenic diet, you can have carbs and fats, whatever, whatever you want, but you want to get that amount of protein. And I seen a video with the Hodge twins, and I think they did it the best way, which they said they did about 33% protein, 33% carbs, 34% fat, and kind of even everything out. And I think that's a well-rounded, healthy way to go about dieting. So those are my tips on how to build muscle. I hope it helps you guys. I hope you guys go out there and build muscle as fast as you can. Go ahead and click the subscribe button below this video. If you don't like going through the subscription list to find me, go ahead and click the notification bell. This will notify you as soon as I post a video. Thank you for watching, you guys. I hope you learned a lot. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about building muscle faster, and let me know if you have any pointers that you can give out in the comments below and help some of these viewers find a way to really get that muscle building boost.